Yo, who's y'all like go-to artist? Like if you get in the car and you like, yo, I've been listening to like this, and this. It's like I don't even know who to go to right now. Who would you just like? All right, I'm gonna just go to this person.
Now,
like your default, just period. Like if you were to get in the car right now and you like, yo, my mind is blank. I have no idea what I want to listen to. Who would you go to?
I'm gonna play Doja Cat because I can listen to her album straight through.
All right,
like I don't have to think.
All right.
First of all, my phone for a minute would just keep automatically connecting to the Doja Cat album, so it just automatically play that. Like I was like, I wasn't even listening to that, but it will just like automatically start playing it.
Yeah.
Only because it's a straight listen, like, and it's just fun, and I'm driving, like.
I feel you.
Yeah, but I don't know about period, like but right now, that's all I can.
All right, well, what about period?
That's hard. My 90s playlist. My ultimate,
just 90s.
90s music, like my Miotti's ultimate 90s playlist that you can find on Apple Music.
If I don't have anybody in mind, it's probably like Jay, Meek, or Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine is always, it's like my number one.
Or Cole. Cole's when I throw on.
Oh yeah, true. Usually if I don't know, I'll just be like, Siri, play something I like, and then she'll just play a bunch of stuff I like. But if not that, it's lately. Well, it used to be Drake. Now lately, it's been Rather You Than Me. I'll just turn that on. Like I can always listen to that. But for real, my favorite go-to like album period is Dream Chasers 4. I don't know why, but
Dream Chasers 4, you went all the way to 4.
Yo, DC 4, I don't know what it is, yo. I would listen to that album like every day, yo.
I love
DC 4, but it was when Championships came out, I was doing it with that. But DC 4, I don't know. That's just like my go-to project right there.
Now, Rick Ross. I don't even know where he would go from there.
What would Bill Cosby say about Rick Ross?
You got the Rick, and then you got the Ross. You put them together, rapper.
And it's like, what is that supposed to do for me?
When I talk to Thea, didn't we start the last episode with Cosby?
Yeah. We talked about what Cosby was saying about Rick Ross.
Why does that keep happening?
But I talked to Theo.
That voice. He said, listen to this new Rick Ross. More than Miami. 2.
Yo.
Yo, what if every song has him doing it?
Yo, I'm listening to that album for the rest of the year. If that's it.
Listen to that for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's my life, yo.
I mean, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I love the luxury trap Rick Ross vibes, but I also like that trap, and
yo.
Act a fool vibe. Like, I love that because I feel like he's being kind of silly. It's like non-piece too. Like, I feel like he always say something funny in those type of tracks.
Yeah, yo, shoebox, no shoes in them.
Shoebox, no shoes in them. In the two-seater, me and two women.
Say. Yo, he says the simplest thing. Like I kept saying.
2 women.
Right.
It wasn't even clever. It's just.
Right.
He says the simplest thing, but they be so.
What up? Welcome back to the Aux Chord. I'm Ant.
I'm Jazzy Miotti.
Hey, yo.
And Jaymar's not with us again. You know, everybody shout out to Jaymar. He will be back next week. He has some things to take care of, but we carry it on for him in spirit. Also, hit us up as usual, Aux Chordcast on Twitter and Instagram. Email us questions, concerns, criticisms, anything. We will address it on here, auxchordcast@gmail.com. Now, that Rick Ross.
And I didn't expect it to sound like that.
I don't know. When Jaymar sent it, I was like, I don't even know how long this joint been out. Like, he sent that, and I ain't hear nothing about it. I mean, maybe it was like a surprise thing.
I saw him
He's like promoting it or something?
not promote it, but release it the night before, but I didn't like go to it right away. I was like, I'll listen to it tomorrow.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I wish I would have seen it. I would have went right to that joint. But when I heard it, it was like, as soon as I heard the beat, like the melody starting in the beginning, I already knew what kind of joint was about to be. I was like, yo, this about to... I already knew I was going to like it from like... I was like, all right, I'm about to turn this joint right up.
So, Wale's on the track.
Uh-huh.
How did y'all feel about that? Did y'all like his verse on there?
It was like, yeah, it wasn't really none of... It wasn't my favorite Wale verse.
It wasn't ass, but I would have rather had a third Ross verse for all of that.
Yeah, I would take another Ross verse over it.
Would you have liked to see Meek on that? I feel like
Meek would have been all right on that.
I feel like whenever he puts Wale on something, I feel like Meek should have been there. And I don't want to say that, like, because I know he be in his feelings, but like, that's how I typically feel when Wale comes on the track. I'm like, okay.
Well, Meek and Ross go together. They mesh better than a lot of other people with Ross. But I don't know. I mean, Wale verse it was cool. Like I said, I like it more as I keep listening to it.
Yeah.
But like rather than when I first heard it, but it's still like, it's okay.
Like, did you like him on Trap?
I liked him on Trap better than this.
Mm-hmm.
This right here is this is just making me real hype for Port of Miami, yo.
More to Miami.
More to Miami too.
Dog. My bad, I got that wrong. More to Miami.
I'm putting out there. I'm guessing. I think he's gonna drop his album 4th of July weekend.
I hope
so.
I need that.
So.
Yeah, listen. I need that album that weekend. I need that.
If it don't come out then it's not coming out till August. That's my guess.
Did he release a track list at all? Do we know who's gonna be featured on it? Like, what are your predictions? Like,
he released no track list. Well, I think.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. So I just saw a tweet that said he has a song with Nipsey Hussle and Teyana Taylor.
I believe it. A lot of people, it's crazy. A lot of people's albums that's gonna come out are gonna have Nipsey on there. They're gonna put him on the album just because it's Nipsey on there. But
he won Best Hip Hop Artist at BET. And it's just kind of sad because it's like...
Do you really think he would have won if he was still alive?
And it's crazy. I saw a tweet that said it's crazy. Like, he wasn't even on the main stage last year, and now the whole like show's being dedicated to him. It is kind of like... It's kind of you want to pay homage to our fallen soldiers or whatever, but I don't like when people say, oh, now y'all, da-da-da-da. But it is kind of like, dag, like, you really... I wish he was getting this type of recognition while he was out, because he was doing the same exact thing. It's just that he's no longer here now to reap the benefits of it. So that's and I forgot to mention too. YG premiered a new video during the red carpet. It was pretty dope. Like, normally, like, I'm not a fan of YG, but the video was nice. Like, it was like a whole bunch of people from LA, like, not bobbing their head to the music he was singing on the mic, and I think it's called White Socks and Red Bottoms, Hard Bottoms,
right?
Something like that. But go ahead.
No, but like Nipsey is gonna be on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You're
gonna be on a lot of people's albums.
You already saw like Game said he got Nipsey verse on his Jawn. Ross got Nipsey on his. It's like
he was putting in work before he passed.
Yeah.
He was finally getting there, like becoming like mainstream.
Yeah, it's crazy that people, and this was his first studio album, the Victory Lap Jawn.
Yeah.
So it's like, people got him, but it seemed like he was always cool where he was at, but he still got that love from these artists. Yeah. But I do feel like, I'm not in these people's sessions. I don't know these people's music. I don't know what they did with Nipsey before he died, but I do feel like now it's like, especially for West Coast artists, and not only for them, but especially for them, it's like, if they're going to put out a project, now it's like, all right, I'm going to make sure whatever I did with Nipsey will be on here because, and plus they know they can probably get their sales up too. If somebody now that you got Nipsey on your album, they're going to go listen to that joint.
I don't want to think about sales.
I mean, me neither. But because I wish he was still here, but it's just they're gonna have him on there. But I'm excited to hear them all though.
Yeah.
Like I'd
same.
love to hear what Nipsey did.
I was really looking forward to that weekend Nipsey. Like I really, really was.
That would have been crazy. That would have been hot.
My whole life would have changed. I would have been a motivated behind individual. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, once again.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Know what I mean?
Hustle.
But yeah.
Boy, fool.
But
Rose, I hope he drop next weekend.
time for the cookout.
Listen, you already know. You already know he gonna have Meek on there.
Oh yeah, he has
Well,
to.
obviously Wale. He might as well be Pill. He might as well put Pill on that.
Pill.
He might as well just put Pill on there. Right.
Nicki came out the same day.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that took most of the attention.
Yeah, what to say it, but that Nicki Jawn ended up.
It was the most standard
Not
Nicki thing I've ever heard in my life.
I didn't care about it.
Well, I.
Go ahead. No, I was waiting to hear what you thought about it anyway. So.
Well, I like the track. I don't think it really deserved that much like anticipation, like how she tried to build up. I think that she could have dropped. I think the reception was good, but I think it would have been better if she just dropped it randomly. That's just me. Like for it to sound like that. Like I feel like I bring up her Monster verse all the time, but if it was a song like Monster, like I think that's the type of track that you build anticipation for, you market.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, I still enjoyed the track. Like, I think it's a summer bop. I think it's a bop. I don't think it's a flop. I think it's a bop.
All right. I mean, I wouldn't say it was a flop. I did hear more people say like that they was like, rather than saying like, yo, this Jawn.
It didn't live up to the hype, but I don't think it's a bad track. And I think she back on her shenanigans again. Like when Queen Radio comes out and then she's like, I don't know. I just want.
I ain't been hype over Nicki in a while now. Like I already don't expect to be hyped when she drops now, and it's sad because I want to be.
Yeah.
But
God, she just dropped the album. Like, don't even drop a single.
yeah, just put out an album.
Just put an album out. Like that would do so much. Don't say nothing. Just drop an album. Boom.
Because when did she drop her last album? Last year or
Yeah.
2 years ago? All right. So it was last year. And it was like, I listened to it once. But.
It's like I constantly go back to her old stuff. I feel like I will always have respect for Nicki at the end of the day because, like, nobody makes me feel cuter than Nicki. Like, nobody. And that's probably never going to change. So, like, she's really my go-to. Like I said before, like, when I'm getting ready or, like, when I feel cute, da-da-da-da.
Right.
But I think, I don't know, in this era, I guess, maybe she's not adapting to the time. It's like some of the stuff is seemingly falling flat towards others. Like, I enjoy Megatron, like, like, I was saying that, like, all day. But I can understand, like, why people, like, are like, because it didn't really live up to the hype, but
Yeah.
I don't know. And then she has to constantly be compared. And it's sad because a lot of times she's left out of the conversation because of her, like, reputation as being a mean girl. Like, you see how Meg Thee Stallion, like, people are like, I stan because she's, like, natural and she's a HBCU student. Like,
And she cool.
she's cool.
Friendly.
Like, she's friendly. She, like, you see her on video all the time, like, just happy to be here. Like,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's the characteristic that Nicki probably has always been missing. Like, she's probably just not relatable. It's like, I love Nicki, but I don't think I would want to be, like, dying to be her friend. Like, I would, like, I hate to compare her and Cardi or whatever, but, like, I would want to be Cardi's friend because, like, she just because of her personality. And I would want to be Meg's friend. Like, regardless, like, I might think that Nicki is more talented than them and, like, she writes her own raps and, like, I like her songs better. But, like, like we keep saying, at the end of the day, relatability counts. Personality does count, like, in this business. And you can't have an off-putting personality. So, I don't know.
Honestly, I'd want to be relatable. I want people to, if this makes sense, it's like I'd want to be relatable before being rich. Like, I want one R before the other because really, because it's like I feel like, I mean, because one, I feel like being relatable to, like, on, like, a global scale could make me rich. But I wouldn't
Right.
do it because I want to be rich, but
Right.
it's just because I would want somebody to know me as like as a good person and
Right.
wanna relate to things I'm talking about, or just be down to earth, and you just like you want to look at me like more than just, dang, I wish I could like be in that person's position, or dang, I wish I could work with that person. Like I would love for somebody to say like, dang, I just want to just chill with that person and just go do something regular, like just go to
like Issa
Target
Rae
and go to the mini pizza hut in there and just eat
the little
breadsticks
mini
or something.
Pizza Hut.
Yeah,
Yes,
them joints be
I love
popping. Yeah.
those. I love those. Undefeated. But like Issa Rae and Keke Palmer, like they're my friends in my head. Like
See, but
Yeah, like, I
you got
want
in
to
your
be their
head friends and
friend.
people don't even know you or whatever. But you just
That's what
like
it is
my
now,
friend.
though,
Yeah.
because a lot of things now are based on who you are and exactly not how good you are at what you do.
yeah.
Like, we live in an era of like personalities, like YouTube personalities and Instagram personalities, where they're just people like their gimmick, if you want to call it that, is that they make you want to subscribe to them. All these podcasts, Joe Budden podcasts,
the Reed.
like they're all made in a way where you want to be part of the conversation. Like I want people are signing up and investing in people now. I'm not investing in the project. If you can look at the industry, like music is so secondary now. You think if Lil Nas X was an asshole, people would care about his Old Town Road? He's this
Probably
kid
not.
who's just happy and he has an energy about him, and people. I mean,
He's
people might.
adorable.
People do like the song, but I get what you're saying.
The
though.
song would still be popular, but I'm saying his personality is like. I feel like with his case, his personality is 90%.
Yeah.
10% of it, he's really talented. He can make good music.
He is.
But people are subscribing to that night. Like he's the person he is, and he's happy, and he's a kid. He has energy. He's like you said, he's adorable. Like
His personality is going to contribute to his longevity, I think, as compared to Blueface, who is ignorant.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
like I
And
said
he's-
before.
and he's trash.
Yeah, and
So-
he's trash. So I don't even understand like how that even happened.
so. With Nicki, it's like. Luckily, she's already a household name. She could sell just off her name at this point, so she don't really have to change her formula, I guess. But people aren't signing up to the same things we were signing up for 10 years ago when she came out.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I'm
she's
saying?
trying
Not
to.
at all.
I feel like with the Queen Radio and everything, she's trying to like have that personality.
It doesn't
It don't
work,
but
work,
it
though.
but it's
because
not work. It doesn't
because
work for her.
she always markets herself as I'm better than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like no one wants to. People who work a 9-to-5 job every day don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
for
what I'm
real.
saying? If you're just talking, music is music. Rappers have been stunting their music forever. But, people invested in drama, fine. But now the people coming up, I'm talking about. The kids
Like
coming up
Meg-
now, people are signing up to personality. So if I'm signing up to a personality and I want to listen to this show every day, but when I listen to it, it's just like, I'm better than this bitch because I'm this hot because it's like I can't relate to you on any level.
Yeah, right.
Meanwhile, Meg Thee Stallion, a lot of people could relate to her because she said she's still like in school, like while she's working, and she said, yeah, like I'll have my grandmama like post stuff on Blackboard for me, and then everybody's like, oh my God, yes, like because we're college students, we know like the Blackboard plight, like trying to submit before like 12. So that's another way like she's relatable to everybody, not just even women.
Yeah. Right.
So I don't know.
She just finds ways to be related. Not finds ways, but it's like a lot of things about her character, the stuff that she still does and everything. Like she does real things. She's not living that like, oh, I'm just dropping every single thing because now I'm like famous or I'm getting famous
She's
now.
just being herself.
Yeah.
And like I feel like Nicki's like scrambling to have some type of like personality. She's like going about the wrong way. She's adapting like the mean girl personality. And maybe that's who she is, but that's not really that marketable like for I guess your position like as a female rapper. So I don't know. She might need to be the person that just constantly delivers like quality content.
Right.
Like, because like Beyonce's not like, she gives us moments of relatability, but like most of the time she keeps she keeps things private. Like a lot of these icons and legends and stuff like that, there's an air of mystery about them. She might need to take that route, like Prince, Michael Jackson. Like you didn't really know too much. You just basically saw their talent.
That's why
it's important.
If she would have just came out and just put an album out, like we didn't even need Megatron should have been the name of your album, and you should have just dropped it.
Yeah,
the whole thing, because you're Nicki Minaj. Like Nicki doesn't need to warm her single up to drop.
Yeah,
and you don't need to tell me that your boyfriend, y'all got marriage licenses. Like,
yeah, it's
I don't know. It's like a true celebrity. Like we digging, and we had to find that out through like TMZ broke that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's all like clout chasing. Like, I don't know.
Give your audience some credit. Let your audience like believe that they're intelligent. Let us stumble onto that fact.
Yeah.
Right.
Even if you put it out there to be found.
Yeah.
We don't need to like just put it out there to be found. Then, if I'm Nicki's team, right? I would have did this. I'm like, let's tell TMZ ourselves that we got married. Let them leak that information. And Nicki just remains quiet. She doesn't say it happened. She doesn't say it didn't happen. Then what I'm doing is I'm just dropping. But I will make sure this album is my most personal album ever. So that way I can get people to fall in love with me, the person.
Yeah.
Right.
And just do a complete 180 from what you did on your last album, which was just this boastful dissing, bragging thing. You make a personal album, then you make personal songs about how you're married now, blah, blah, blah. And you can still have your stunts. You're still a rapper. You're going to have your tracks, your party tracks, your stunt tracks, whatever. But you just attack it from a different angle than you've been attacking it. It's clearly not working the same. Clearly. Like, I don't know who your managers are or what, but like, come on. Like, I'd have been like, now put your album out. Don't say anything. Just put it out. The most you could just promote it and be like, hey, everybody, it's my new album, blah, blah, blah. A whole different. She might take the J. Cole route, where Cole just comes out. He might do a show or something, and then you just hear like, oh, Cole's album comes out Friday.
They'll be like, oh shoot, all right.
Yeah.
But
nice.
like
she tries to build anticipation, but it just comes off as like annoying at one point. It's like, I don't know. She just needs new marketing.
No one's taking nothing from me. You're Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, you don't even have to do.
No one's out here doubting the fact that you could be successful. I'm just like.
I think the fact that like, which is kind of messed up, like Cardi B, who knowingly doesn't write her raps, is getting Songwriter of the Year. Like that probably like really like if I was Nicki, I would be irked at that, because like I feel like people give Nicki credit, but they don't emphasize that she writes her own stuff. Like, I don't think people do that enough.
Well, the thing is, though, they don't emphasize that she writes her own stuff, but at the end of the day, you know how many other people that's not writing their own stuff, but the info is not out there that they don't write their own stuff? But, like, people getting their songs written isn't, like, a secret, though. Yeah. Like, you might not hear about everyone who gets their songs written, but it is a known fact that in the industry there are writers for people. Now, I feel, me personally, I feel like the fact that somebody doesn't like saying that, yo, I write my own stuff, and you keep on saying it because of someone that's probably successful off of them not writing their own stuff. I feel like it's childish at times. Yeah, and it's like hating, because it's just like, come on now. Like, even if somebody was getting their stuff written, like, say if, for all we know, Blueface could be getting his tracks written. And he could be performing them. And that would be sad. And that would be sad, because it's like, not only are the raps corny, but you can't even deliver it in a good way. And the delivery matters too. So it's just like, I just feel like to do that, of course, when everybody knew that Cardi wasn't writing, what did Nicki do? She wouldn't mention the fact that, and I write my own. Come on, yo. Yeah. So what? At the end of the day, look, Cardi's still doing numbers. You still mad.
Cardi, I want to applaud her for just her growth, like, as far as live performing. Because she opened up the BET Awards with her husband, Offset. Yeah. And I don't know, I think she does such a good job. Like, her stage presence has gotten so good. And I was cracking up at Offset at the BET Awards. when he busts out his little moves. I don't know if y'all saw it. But
I
ain't
see the awards
but
at
that's
all.
that's a part of her gimmick too, because she's married, and I feel like Nicki, when she does stuff, I feel like it's always like an agenda, or it's like I'm doing this too. It's like Safari's married, Cardi's married, like these are all the people that like she has like issues with, and then like Meek is like seen with women, and I kind of feel like when she does stuff, is like, look at me, like I'm doing this, like I feel like it's out of. She like releases information out of spite, or to be like, I don't know.
Yeah, to try to put it next to
I feel
somebody.
like I don't know. She just don't move like a true celebrity. But Nicki, I did enjoy your verse on Baps.
The Joan Trina.
Yeah, I loved it. Like I would see that came out of nowhere. Like
Yeah, when you sent that, I didn't even know if it was new or not.
I was not expecting that. Like, and then I heard that like. That's how she should have dropped Megatron, and I think that people would have been more receptive to it because it came out of nowhere. They didn't expect it to be great because you didn't like, you didn't advertise it a week prior.
Yeah.
So I feel like, but I think partly because of Trina, I think that Baps was received more positively, even in regard to Nicki because of how it was released. Like, and also it helped Nicki's like reputation because she, like we mentioned, she has a reputation of not being friendly and not wanting to collaborate with other female artists, and then here she collaborates with Trina and she got a dope verse. Like, it's summertime, it's a bop, like it was just put out like randomly, so I feel like it was a great formula. I feel like she could have used a similar formula for Megatron. So I don't know, at the end of the day, like I like it, like I'll play it. Like, once again, I'm getting ready to go to Caribbean night at River Deck. But I don't know. We'll see, Nick. I don't know when the album coming out. I'm not disappointed, but I feel like the Queen radio stuff at the end is just extra.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of is. It's. I don't think she necessarily needs that, man. Not her. She don't. I don't think she don't need that. She don't need it. Not she. It's just. I don't think she's using it the right way.
Yeah, she's not. She's not
using it the right way. Just drop. Just drop your music.
She should do like an interview, like a intimate interview with somebody, or something like that. Yeah, like with Joe. But
yeah, something like that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Reason why I like interviews and stuff. I mean, interviews is cool because like you get to find out about the people. But like,
I love interviews.
Even me too. But even Nicki, like if Nicki Minaj is getting interviewed, it's like, yeah, it's like I already kind of know. Like, yeah, she's gonna be like, I guess chill for the most part. But it's like it's gonna be something in there where it's just like, all right, you ain't even had to say that, or we already know where this is going,
I think
or
it
we
all
know what
depends
you trying to.
Who interviews her? To be honest.
I mean, true. Like, see if they gonna pipe something up, or see if they gonna ask a certain question on purpose, which I think every interviewer does at some point in an interview.
I think another artist needs to interview her, like another somebody that's been in the game, not somebody that's like
just a radio person.
Yeah, just a radio person. I think needs to be like, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I'm gonna pray for her. And
that girl a fool.
Is
that girl a fool? All right, so did y'all watch the BET Awards, or was it just me?
You just did.
So I just have to report on it by myself?
Honestly, yo, I ain't watched the BET Awards since I don't even remember what year. I don't even think I watched any of the BET Awards since the I Got the Keys video came out. Remember that? Was that the awards when that Jawn dropped? In the middle of it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that was the last one I watched like a little bit.
It wasn't bad this time.
It wasn't?
Like, because the last few years.
We're gonna play again. I'm gonna put 60 seconds on the clock, and you have to give us a 60-second review of the BET Awards.
All right, before I start the review, like I didn't see like the gospel ending and the Nipsey Hussle thing. I just saw like clips.
All right. Oh, well, I saw the Nipsey thing on Instagram, so we got it.
Instagram.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay, so the red carpet was trash because the sound was just terrible. Mm-hmm. They were messing up everybody's set.
Whack.
But all the newer artists, upcoming artists, they pulled through. The show opened with Offset and Cardi B. They did really good. I was surprised to see like Offset moving because normally they just bippity bop across the stage, but they had dancers and all that. Regina Hall was the host. So funny. She's so underrated. Like
30 seconds.
Well, you can turn that off because I'm not done. I'm not gonna be done in 30 seconds. So she did like a spoof of
I was trying to
Beyonce's Homecoming, like when she, you know how Beyonce talk and it's like all dramatic, like she was doing. They did a little play on that, and she was like, "Well, when they first asked me to host the BET Awards, my first thought was no." Sorry, cracking up laughing.
Dang.
But she really represented. The theme of the night was like repping DC. And like it just inserting DC,
Washington DC.
Yeah, Washington DC culture in there. So they did a lot of go. They brought out the bulls that
DC
sing.
Young Fly. No.
Doing the
They did that.
It's so funny. Did y'all watch Run's House when it was out?
I didn't. I wouldn't say I watched
out.
it.
Right, I caught it.
Get out of
Yeah.
my house.
I would see it sometimes, like on TV.
It's so funny because there was this one episode Run was singing that song.
Just doing the butt.
Yeah, he just walked around the house saying, "Doing the butt, perk tap." So it just made me think about that. And
My name's Run
like,
all night long.
yeah. The highlight for me was definitely my queen, Mary J.
Yeah,
Blige.
I was hearing about her doing like so. I heard it was like they were talking about that on the radio and everything, saying that was like crazy.
First of all, my other queen, Rihanna, presented her with the Lifetime Achievement Award. Well deserved. Sidebar: I was so happy to see Rihanna on the carpet at the awards.
That girl a fool.
Because she's a megastar, but she's like at the BET Awards. Like she's amazing. I love her. And she was rocking her own line, Fenty. But anyway, Mary J. Blige, I feel like if you don't know how much I love Mary J. Blige, you really don't know me at all. Like everybody who knows me well knows how much I love her. She gave a great speech. She thanked everybody. And you could tell like she's just so like down to earth. And I was so hyped when she was performing I Can Love You, and then Lil' Kim busts out, "If I told you once, I told you twice." And she looked all like stuffed or whatever, but it's still Lil' Kim. Like she's still legendary. Then she performed "You're All I Need to Get By," and Method Man popped out.
Yeah, I heard you game.
Why does this man keep on getting finer and finer and finer?
Trust me, I heard.
And finer
in the house.
and finer and finer
Really?
and finer
Okay.
as the years progress. He is wine.
Wine man.
I don't know how to
I was about to
respond.
say.
Like, yo, you right, yo, that nigga fine, yo.
Wine man.
No, listen, that's a good looking man, guys. Like he is.
All right.
He is just. He's the. Let me tell you something. These, and then Lorenz Tate came out. Like these old heads are really just defecating on y'all young bulls. What'd you say?
Yeah, that's it. I got a power councilman about Lorenz
But
Tate.
yeah, Councilman. What's his name? Councilman
Councilman something.
Oh.
I forgot what his name. He was the councilman. I forgot his name.
I forgot his name too. Was it Tate?
Actually, yeah, it was. I forgot. All right, yeah, he has an actual name in the show. But all right, yeah.
Like I just feel like all the older celebrities, like Mary J. Blige, Taraji P. Henson, Regina Hall, like Lorenz Tate, all of them, they look better than all the young people. Like I don't know, maybe they got more money. I don't know. They look great. But back to Mary, like if you didn't know, now you know. Like Mary has hits, and she's just such an important part of our culture. Like she really was a trendsetter. Like I don't know. She's the voice of my childhood. Like I can't relate to her pain because like I've never experienced the things that she said she experienced in life. Mm-hmm. But that was just what was playing in the background of my childhood. That's what my mom was playing. Like that's what all my relatives were playing. So
Mary J. Blige was always in pain, yo.
Yeah, and then she got happy, and everybody's like, "Oh well, we can't wait till Mary get in pain again, so we can get more sad music." But she
Don't
made
need no hateration. I'm in pain and I'm still in the club.
But yeah, when I was little, for anybody that doesn't know, like I thought that I was Mary J. Blige.
As a child, you thought you were adult Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, I was. I made everybody call me Mary, and if you didn't call me Mary, I would throw a fit.
I don't remember that part of your life.
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
It's funny because every other adult does. They're like, they still call me Mary. They're like, oh, I remember you was Mary.
Who, yo?
Yeah, I went without sleep.
Probably more people on my mom's side.
Nah, yo.
Yeah,
You got a big Ellie thing going on right now because ain't nobody ever call you that, yo.
Yo, they did.
Nah, yo.
Listen, one
This
time.
troubled childhood you had.
Where were we
Listen.
at? Oh, I knew that you loved it, though. But I didn't know
You didn't know what the J in Mary J. Blige stood for?
Actually, no.
It's Jasmine.
You lying. That joint ain't Jasmine. It's probably like Jarvis or something like that.
Mary Jarvis
Mary
Blige.
Jarvis Blige. Yeah.
It's Mary Jawn Blige.
Right,
Mary
Jawn
John
Blige.
Blige.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mary Jawn, man.
That is lit. Mary Joint.
Mary Jerry Blige.
No, I really think it's that J is Jasmine. I live in her. She lives in
Have
me.
you ever researched it?
No, I'm just going to
You
assume
scared?
that
You
it's
scared
Jasmine.
too because you
No.
know it ain't Jasmine.
It's crazy. Has anyone ever questioned that? Like what the J stands
Nah,
for?
It's probably like literally just J-A-Y.
Maybe
but
it's
she just
Mary.
didn't.
Maybe it's Mary Jane.
Mary Jane
It's
Blige.
probably
we
Jordan.
Mary Jordan.
No.
MJ.
You're right.
If it's Jordan, I'm gonna be mad.
Mary
J.
Jackson Blige.
You're right.
J stand for. No, we need to figure this out. Like
Mary Jamal Blige.
Mary Jamal.
Mary Jaquan Blige.
It is Mary Jane Blige.
Oh, for real?
That's not fun. That's
Yeah, I
boring.
know.
I wanted it to be something crazy.
Yeah, it's Jasmine. It's fine.
Jane Blige.
She has her song Mary Jane. And I feel like
you think you love me,
Mary Jane Blige.
Don't you play no games.
shut up. But you can tell Mary J is just respected by everyone.
Oh yeah, I still listen to her old stuff now, like her first album.
Oh
and,
please,
and
definitely.
I just go back to the Sincerity Jawn
The
with
what?
with Nas and DMX.
Which song is that?
That song Sincerity with Mary J. Blige song with Nas and DMX. Yo, what?
You're not Mary J.
DMX
Blige.
had the first verse.
I'm a
The
trash.
Nas- Yo.
I'm a trash Mary fan.
Yo, you need to hear that, dog. But
I mean, I probably did hear it, but just never knew the title of it.
yeah, it's not tough. But yeah, Mary definitely a legend though.
Yeah.
Young
like-
Wedge.
But her performance was good. She always starts off a little rough. It's fine. Like I always help her out when I'm singing when I was
Right.
watching it, like I was wilding out, like flipping out, and the people, my dad and my sister were watching it with me. They're looking at me like, "Can you sit down?"
Man,
No.
I'm sure.
No. What else happened? They were talking about Ella May and how she said at the end of her speech, the music speaks for herself or something, and like it's supposed to be like shots at Jacquees because she won for Trip.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, sis. Jacquees' version of Trip definitely helped the original Trip. That's just my opinion.
But I guess she probably thought since she won the award, then it didn't matter because she won and not Jacquees. Even though he probably couldn't win or get nominated for his version,
You
but
can't win. Album of the year went to Cardi. Best new artist went to Lil Baby.
I could see that. Like, I'm not saying I agree, but I can see it. Big Lil Baby is like getting put all over the place now.
Yeah, I don't see it. Like I really don't see it.
No, I'm not saying I agree. I'm just saying I can see because he's all over the place. Like that new song with Jacquees and him. Did you hear that, John? It's on the radio. I ain't gonna lie, I actually like that, John.
He just
Yeah, he just-
I'm like, what are you saying?
Drake goes on.
They be like, Lil Baby really be spitting some stuff. You should listen to it. And then I just hear.
Did you
I'm
hear
like,
that? Did you hear that song with him and Meek called
No.
That Time, John? It's on Lil Baby album.
Like what?
Yo.
Like that sound.
I'm old,
like,
yo. I'm old.
Yeah,
Because
like-
none of this is for me. I'm like, what? These
Yeah,
niggas-
like,
Yeah,
and they be like, yeah, Lil Baby. I'm like, I can't.
I'm never like, yeah, little baby, but it's just like if I hear him, I'm like, all right.
He performed with the DJ Khaled song with
Meek?
Yeah.
The Weather the Storm?
Yeah, they
Y'all
performed
love
that
song,
Yeah,
yo.
I thought about you because I remember you said
yeah, that's my song right there.
And I liked his flow when he was performing with them. But I can't get into how he sounds.
Yeah, his voice is very annoying.
I'm like, what are you saying? What are you saying?
Yo.
No. Definitely one of the standout performances was her and YBN Cordae. I'm not too familiar with his like music or content, but like I've seen like him freestyle on those radio stations or whatever like that. Right. He was really giving me like Cole vibes. It was something about him that was giving me Cole vibes. I don't know if it was the content that he was rapping or like just his presence. And her is just, the instrumentation is just amazing to me, how she can play those instruments and she sound really good. She was reciting like some type of poetry in the beginning. Like it was dope. Who else? Lizzo. She was really good. Her instrumentation too. Like she plays the flute.
She was getting a lot of praise.
She deserved every bit of it because like I love that song Truth Hurts. I love how she represents for the bigger women. Her production was good. Like just how she was in wedding dresses and like she's another person that seems very relatable. Like she's just like bubbly and fun and. I think that's the type of time everybody's on now. Like just bubbly and fun girls just unapologetically being themselves. I think that's the new wave.
Being yourself is in, which is funny to say because being yourself should have never not been in.
I know.
Right.
That's my biggest thing in life.
That's what I always. If I can give advice in any sector of life, I feel like that theory or whatever you want to call it applies to every situation. Just be yourself.
It does, yo. Oh my god.
That's all it takes. People are scared to be themselves, or they don't know themselves enough to be themselves.
People don't even realize that not being yourself makes you even more transparent.
Yep.
Than actually, it's crazy. It makes you even more transparent than actually being yourself, which is a shame because if you're being yourself, I feel like that should make you when you're being yourself, you want to be transparent because it's kind of like this is the open book. Like,
right.
You just, like nothing. You don't have to dig or try to be like, but when you're being fake, it's kind of like.
Or try to be like what? Like,
yeah, like what did I say? You say when you be.
You said something like, because then they beat or something, they just be like,
Oh no, I'm saying like because you yourself. I said nobody has to look at you like with their side eye, like. That ain't
I feel like when you're yourself, like people want to learn more about you. Like it's always a mystery. It's always something to find out because like you want more and more of that person's personality. But when that person's personality is off-putting, it's like I'm not really trying to mess with that. So it's like you just leave that alone, and you just reveal yourself. Like
it's like come on, man. Like just be yourself. Stop being afraid. Like, what you scared of? That somebody gonna call you a weirdo or not think that? I don't know.
People don't like themselves.
I don't know why.
For whatever reason.
Dog, I don't care about nobody.
Right.
Like, I don't care what you got to say about me, regardless. It's like, all right, cool.
I like you don't like me, you're a hater.
That's how I feel too, personally.
I feel like if you don't like me, then I'm not here for you to like me. If you don't me,
true, that too.
If you don't like me, that you don't have to. I'm not gonna change me for you.
Right.
And I don't think that's what y'all get. It's like if you don't like, well, I'm sorry to hear that, but in the most respectful way I can say it, I also wasn't. If I don't know you, I also wasn't going out of my way to make you like me. I don't. Who are you to me?
I'm just
you don't have to like me.
Yeah,
like if somebody who I'm not close with or cool with or value their opinion would be like, I don't like him. I'd be like, so like what?
Like, all right, cool.
There's no strain from me put on your life. Like why? Do you think you saying you don't like me is gonna make me feel the type of way?
Right.
Yeah. Like,
Nothing-
There ain't nothing gonna be.
I'm supposed to change because you, the one person, don't like me.
Right.
Right.
People can criticize you all they want, but
Goodbye.
anybody negatively criticizing you without knowing you is just like, cool. You're allowed to have that. I'll
Yeah.
give you that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? If
Right.
you like me, well, I mean, you're allowed to not like me.
Mm-hmm.
But don't think I'm taking any of that to heart.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, well, it's fine. That's cool. I would never try to be like, I don't think I would actually try to keep questioning somebody. Like, yo, why you don't like me? Like, why you don't? But it's kind of like, yeah, like you said, you don't really know him either. It's kind of like, all right, I don't even know you. So,
Yeah.
so it's like, okay, I don't.
My day is going to go on exactly the same.
Yeah, right. But like, whatever. All right.
Bet, fam.
Yeah, right. I'm cool with that.
Or I just like I don't like you. Like, all right, well, I don't know you, and like I don't have any problems with you. I don't know you to not like you. So how can you not like me?
Yeah.
Now I'm not looking for you to like me, but at the same time, like you don't know me.
Bye. I have a question. Did y'all see on Twitter where they posted, it was like this interview of the new NBA draft picks, and they were asking them questions like,
Oh man, the old stuff from back in the day.
From back in the day, like they showed them a picture of Destiny's Child, and the one boy was like, just
No,
the
I didn't
Cheetah
see
Girls.
this.
Dog.
Yeah, they asked him like, they showed a picture of writings on the wall, album cover of Destiny's Child. It had Beyonce dead in the center, Kelly, Latavia, and Latoya.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were asking like all of them like, oh, who is this? And then this one guy was like, I don't know, like the Cheetah Girls or something. They're like, do you know who any of these people are? Like, this is Beyonce.
This Beyonce.
Like, they didn't know who Outkast. Some of them didn't know who Outkast was.
Yeah,
What
I turned that off.
Yeah, it was
I
really
turned it
like,
off.
wow, like these people were born in like 1999, 2000. So like, I guess, but it's just like, we just know, like it's.
All right, boom, right. They're born. Let's just round up. They're born in 2000, right? Mm-hmm. It means you're 19 right now.
Right.
Yeah.
By the time you're getting by the time you're listening to music, your formative years, let's say you're the oldest child, you don't have any older brothers. So your formative years, you wasn't really listening. You heard whatever came on the radio. You got into music probably on your own merit, finding out who you liked, let's just say from 8 and up. So that takes you to 08. They're not going to know who Destiny's Child is. They're not going to have a full grip of Outkast.
But also, I feel like our generation, like, I feel like we know who the older artists are, though. Like,
Yeah, we do.
know, like, not just us, because we're kind of special in that we know, like, even probably more than most people know. But, like, even, like, the casual listener, like, they know, at least have some idea of, like, who older people are, like.
Now, how old are you talking? That like the people that we know.
Like
Destiny Child old or Outkast
like,
old or older than that?
probably older than that. Like even artists from like the 70s and the 60s, like you have an idea who Otis Redding is, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like this is like, all right, like y'all know who these 90s people are, like these 2000 people are. Like I don't know. I just feel like why did our generation know so much more about the older and they don't know about that? You know what I'm trying to say?
I see what you're saying.
Why
Like,
is
We're
that?
born in
Go back.
2000. Let's say their parents had them young. Let's say their parents was born in 1980, so they were like 20 when they were born. Let's just say, example. So they know their era and what they were listening to: 80s hip hop, 80s pop, 80s whatever, or in 90s. So that's where they stop. So when they play that in the house for a 8 to 10-year-old kid born in the 2000s, they'll probably be like, that's like their oldies to them.
Right.
Because that's what their parents played. But if you're a 10-year-old kid, that means you were 10 in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
That's
You
horrible.
were 10 years old in 2010.
This is horrible. My bad.
You're a horrible child.
Right.
Horrible child who couldn't choose when they were born.
Right.
But what differentiates them from us when we were younger is the lack of options. We had options, but these kids now have options. Like we couldn't in the late 90s, 2000s. We couldn't go on SoundCloud and Apple Music and Spotify. We couldn't just go Dat Piff and just find lists and directories of there's new artists coming out every minute. There's a new artist.
Yeah.
Or they have access to make their own music no matter what. Like studio, you could get a studio set up for cheap. So they're listening to their friends. They're listening to the 8 artists that came out that day. That's on their wavelength. That's their 8. Like I can get how a kid now can be like, I don't know who them old niggas is.
I feel like our parents too, like we were it goes with the options thing. Like we literally had no option pretty much but to listen to what
you had to listen to the radio and you had to watch videos or you listen to what your parents was listening to.
Yeah, like it's always like it's kind of a running joke in our generation. Like, oh, when you hear Stevie Wonder or 90s playlist, you already know it's time to clean the house or like something like that.
Yeah,
like
something like that.
I feel like this generation like coming like they don't really. Like, what are they going to say? Oh, man, little baby, you know.
It's time to clean the house.
Clean the house. Like,
but think about how different it's going to be. Different. Like, I remember them days. Like, if we woke up and I heard mom playing, like, Tony Braxton downstairs, I'm like, I already know what time
Either
it is.
Tony Braxton or Luther or something. Like, you already knew what was going on.
But, like,
my mom still said that. When I hear Stevie Wonder, oh, she must be doing some of my hair.
Or if we hear, like, it was either like that or if it's Sunday. And you hear like, if you hear like, dun, 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 Jack. Yeah, you know that little brown radio in the kitchen was playing that she was cooking on Sunday. Yeah, only on that radio didn't come on any other day of the week except Sunday, and she was cooking. But it's like stuff like that. Like stuff like you just know.
But like you gotta, it's all relative because like my son is gonna get older, so when he's like 12 and I'm 42. And he shut up. And he come downstairs. Best believe it's gonna be like, allow me to.
It is not gonna be that. You gotta play Cool Jerk.
It's just gonna be like, allow me to reintroduce myself. He gonna be like, what the fuck? Oh, he playing this old ass song. You gonna be like, I'm gonna throw a rock at him. Like, what?
Yeah, like, yo, you better appreciate this.
Gonna be playing me that boy a fool.
Yo, listen. I know one thing. When I have a child,
it gonna be 9-piece song.
Dog, I'm putting headphones on it with 9-piece in it. 9-piece playing when he's born. He's gonna cry to 9-piece. Okay. Listen.
Yo, 9-piece is just so iconic. Like,
yo, that's in my top 5 songs of all time, by the way. But
9-piece.
Straight 8 balls. But I get you. You gotta play the PSA or whatever when he's like you're saying when he get older. He gonna know like his, version of the song's gonna be like he gonna be laughing like what? Like my dad used to play this public service announcement by this guy Jay-Z.
And you know how crazy that sounds?
Yeah, I probably look at my son like, "Why I beat you?"
That sounds nuts.
Say something else.
That sounds nuts. But yeah, that's crazy. I think
he might know who Jay is because Jay's that big. Yeah. Maybe he'll have an idea. Oh, that was that great rapper.
Because like everybody knows who like Tupac and Biggie is. Like especially Tupac.
Yeah. Certain artists are timeless. Like they're gonna know who Michael Jackson is. Yeah. Like you know what I'm saying. But like certain artists, he gonna be like. I can see my son being like, who is Beanie Siegel?
Right.
I'm gonna be like, what? But at the same time, like, he wouldn't know.
He wouldn't, yeah, exactly. Because I bet you, because growing up, I'm sure all of our parents probably be like, oh yeah, remember back in the day, we used to listen to, I don't know, them groups used to have them dumb names. They'd be like Hootie Hoos and the, the Hootie Hoos and the Hootie Hoos and the Starfish. And they'd be like, who is that? We used to go to Hootie Hoos and the Starfish parties, and they used to have one song playing for 8 hours. And we used to
every group back then was something and the something.
Yeah, it was like the something,
like Johnny and the Midnights.
Yeah,
or something like that.
How do you have you got a group full of 12 o'clocks, and you just got one boy that got a normal name, like
Frankie and the Dish Soups.
Yeah, right. It's like, but. It was just, that's how he gonna be. And then
he gonna come down the steps and my son just gonna hear, you know my name, bitch. Like, oh, Dad's singing that bitch song.
Guess who's back? Mac. Listen. I'm gonna look him dead in his face. Mac. You don't know nothing about this.
Yeah, I think for some like us '90s babies, we give like the late '90s and 2000.
No, my bad. I'm listening. My bad. I'm just.
Why you laughing?
He said, "Oh, Dad, listen to that bitch song again."
Yeah, then I gotta slap him like, watch your mouth. But also listen to this gangster rap real quick. Let me teach you something.
Right. My bad. Go ahead.
But I think like early '90s babies, we give the later '90s and the early 2000s babies a hard time. Like we give them such a hard time. It seems like, and I'm like, did our parents and like people born in the '80s, did they give us such a hard time? And I don't think so, because I think for the most part, like we were kind of we knew like about the older songs. Mm-hmm. Like we took kind of the time, or like either we took the time or it was forced upon us. Like
right.
We knew like songs from the 80s and the 70s and the 60s, but I feel like there's like a cutoff with these like younger people. Is like they only know like what's going on right now.
Yeah.
It's like some people like know, like even like, because I was just about to say like some people hear like the remakes before like the originals. Mm-hmm. And then like sometimes I'm appalled, like, oh my God, you heard this before the original. But like I've done that. Like I've heard like Kelly Price's version of As We Lay before Shirley Murdoch's. Like I heard there's a whole bunch of 90s songs that I heard like before the original.
But it's like we do give them.
Still, I feel like we did more like research. I don't know.
We do give them more a harder time.
We give them such a hard time.
It's crazy because
like,
we give them a hard time. I think personally, we give them a hard time because they like, all right.
They disrespectful and they
it's different. Like, all right, our parents, when we grew up, yeah, they always played their songs, so we're always going to know their music, right? Mm-hmm. We're going to know it. We're going to hear it. Maybe we're going to laugh at it growing up, but we hear it enough over the years that it was like, we're used to it. Like, oh, this is it. Like, right. Oh, shoot, we hear this song. Like, oh, shoot, right. Yeah, this was this was it. But at least, you can honestly say the songs that came out when we was growing up that we probably liked, like artists like, shoot, you could say Jay-Z or Destiny's Child or Ludacris or whoever. You can't. These parents can't lie and act like they ain't jamming to them Jones themselves. They can actually like that. Yeah. And these kids today, it's not their fault, but at the same time, it's like, the music is much worse now, and the really industry's not even the same. So it's like you got people that you literally like can't understand what they're saying, and they have like the biggest songs, and it's kind of like this is garbage. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like we can't even understand the songs today, but also, we can't really blame the kids because this is just what they know. They don't even know what we know. Like, some of the parents aren't even like, these days, because of all the outlets that we have, and you have such a choice. Everything's so accessible now. You could do whatever you want. Right. These parents probably not even, which is weird. It seems like it's backwards. You have such a choice now to go and listen to what you want, whenever you want, wherever you want. But they're probably not going back to these things to show the kids. They probably too busy on their cell phones while their kids is probably on an iPad somewhere. So they're not showing them nothing. So it's kind of like whatever comes on, that's just what it is. What it could be it's probably a bunch of little baby and Young Thug and SoundCloud and Young SoundCloud. His whole album it's like everything.
The options, because the options ain't just with the kids. The parents got too many options.
Yeah, the parents got too many options too. So
there's just too many outlets. We had the time back then to really get into something.
Yeah.
I don't want to ever hear a kid today. Damn, I sound like an old head because I feel like our parents probably said this.
But go ahead,
I feel like our parents probably said this to us too. Mm-hmm. But how can y'all be bored, How? Like, how are you bored ever?
Bored? They don't even realize what it was like then. And the thing is, our parents would say that to us, like, y'all don't even know what it was like. We ain't have this. But at our time, it was like, we had more. But looking at how stuff is today, it's kind of like, we ain't even had this. It's like, y'all don't even know how it feels to open up a CD with a book inside. They got the lyrics in that. You can read them all. Being hype, and they got the thanks in the back and everything. Y'all kids suck. Y'all are trash. Like, y'all don't have none of that, They don't even sell. They taking CDs out of stores because, like, y'all don't even have the same
CD stores.
Yeah. Y'all don't have a wall. Y'all don't have Sam Goody. Y'all don't have
FYE.
Y'all don't have none of that. It's like kind of like y'all missed a whole
the wall, yo.
Y'all missed a whole like everything. Everything was an experience, yo. Like
Tower Records.
Yeah, but stuff was good at the same time. Like the quality was great.
Yo, we were hyped. We were definitely hyped to get in and read that book. And the
Yeah,
lyrics,
the book, yo.
We couldn't go to their Instagram page.
Yeah, it wasn't
couldn't
no, it
Google
wasn't
the
no
lyrics.
It wasn't no genius that you can figure out the like definition of each.
Right.
Like, it wasn't none of that.
Yo, I remember getting a CD and listening to songs like on repeat and writing the lyrics.
Yo, right.
And then, yo.
I did that with Outkast B.O.B.
You
And I
wrote all
remember.
those fucking
Dog,
lyrics that
I put them Jones in a folder, yo.
Yeah,
Outkast
I used to
yeah.
print out the AZ lyrics and then put
Yeah, I
it in
used
the
to-
folder.
Right.
Had
I
a
used to print them
folder.
out too, yeah.
And then try and memorize it like during my breaks in class.
Yeah. But like I feel like, I don't feel like people are doing that now. And plus, people don't even stick to things long.
Just
now.
YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube got them lyric
videos,
They could just
right.
lyrics singing along to you.
Yeah, but you can't stick to nothing long now either. So it's like, it sucks now because it's like everything is so. It's just like, all right, I'm listening to this. Yo, this person about to drop. Oh my god, listen to it. Then it's like, on to the next joint like that.
Yeah, I don't see how none of y'all kids now are memorizing lyrics to albums. Because before you know it, like a week is old now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Me, it was the opposite for me. Like, I feel like I have access to more albums now compared to back in the day because, like, I would have to have somebody purchase the CDs for me. Like, I ain't no
Right.
job or nothing like that. So I was always relying on the CDs that I got from my family members for Christmas. And they would give me, like, Ashanti CDs and, like, Destiny Child CDs. Like, they didn't give me, like, rap CDs.
Yeah.
So, like, I like now that, like, they're streaming and then I'm able to... Obviously, I was able to listen to the rap songs eventually, like the rap albums. I know classic rap albums, but
Yeah.
I have access to more of that stuff now, like with streaming, and even when with the iPod, like when we was downloading off of all them sites and stuff like that, I was able to get more access to the hip hop albums and just more albums. So, because I was never really an album person,
You was like
I
a
would just
single
like
person.
I would listen
or-
to singles, like
Now,
But it was,
that internet did change everything.
yeah.
Because I wasn't the same way because we had albums, but anything I've never got a chance to listen to, when we finally got like good enough internet, I was getting every album I ever wanted to hear that
Yeah.
I never got to.
And which is understandable. Like, you got something like that comes out where you get to do that. It's like, oh, well, I'm about to just get everything. I'm about to download everything.
Once I learned how to illegally download, it was
Yo,
a
yeah,
wrap.
it was
It was a
it
wrap.
was a rap. Like that's all I did.
Yeah, it was
Me
a
too.
I was
rap.
obsessed.
That's all I did.
When
was
Napster
get
came
music,
out,
yeah.
it was like, yo, you just get everything. And it don't, and that's what it was. Like this, even that part, like when you first get to download music, it's like with Napster and Kazaa and all that was out, it was like, yo,
I'm never
it don't
not
matter.
being on
Like,
here.
it don't matter how slow my computer is moving if I don't have a cable modem. Listen, when this Jawn finished downloading in
I'm
like
playing
4
this song.
hours, dog.
I'm playing this
it
song
is-
80 times.
Yeah,
in
it's a
row.
rap. And like I feel like stuff, even then, like if albums drop, like say if you saw a new video back in the day by like Lil Wayne or somebody by Jay-Z, it's like, yo, you'd be like, yo, I like this song, I want this album. And the thing is, even if you get the album, I feel like it's easier to dislike an album or not really like or underappreciate an album today than you did back in the day, because when you got that album, it was like, it's like no matter what it sound like, you gave that album so many chances because
Yep.
it was
Yeah.
the new album to have. So it's kind of like
It was your new
it
album.
was your new album.
Yeah.
Like the song that you like was on there, but also it's like I'm gonna get his whole body of work a chance because this is this artist. He had this song. It just becomes like a personal like.
I feel the
favorite
same
thing to
way.
you.
And like, granted that I'm able to have more access to all these albums and classic albums, I feel like I discard them quicker.
Right.
Like new, old, or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like back in the day when I had my Walkman, like I would cater to that one album, like, and I would listen to it like straight through. Of course, I had some skips or whatever, but like
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
more attentive and like nurtured that one album I was listening to.
Mm-hmm.
Where this, like, I kind of just like, oh, I like this song on Jim Jones' album. Oh, this is reminding me of a song I like on Drake's album. Let me go to that album, and then I kind of like I don't know. I feel like I'm more appreciative of the full body of work when it's a CD as compared to like just a stream. But at the same time, I have more access to it, if that makes sense.
No. It definitely makes sense.
But like, I don't know. If I had to pick one of the over the other, I would pick Apple Music because it's just so many possibilities, and I have access to so much, and I don't have to wait for it to download because like I'm impatient. So, but you're right about the experience part, like, and you kind of can't put a price on that. So it's just unfortunate for the younger generation, but they might not see it that way because it's like you can't really miss what you never experienced.
You never had.
Yeah, that you never had. So, but we are really, really hard on them, and I'm one of them people like how you not know this? It's like really?
Yeah, it's like come on, and I can say
we're like, let me show you.
Yeah, but you can honestly say like we give them a hard time, but like I said, our parents at least like some of our music. But then it's like when we like for kids now, or like teens younger than us, I should say, because it ain't like we like talking about like 5-year-olds, but it's kind of like we can honestly say like we kind of adapted to the type of music that's out here, and we could probably say to be like, yeah, I could deal with this song.
Yeah,
but
we're like in the middle.
Yeah,
I feel like we're always reminiscing on the past though. Like I feel like obviously the music is greater because they keep recycling it and sampling it, and like just basically everybody's trying to relive the 90s again.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It's just like I don't know. This conversation just get me every time because it's just like, dang, you just want these kids to just know so much, but it's like I mean you can't do nothing about it. This is how they growing up.
I'd be surprised still to this day, like how many like old songs that I know. It's like I should not know all the words to these songs. Like there's this one song, my dad would play it all the time because he used to make CDs and then he would play them in the car. And it's this. You ever heard the Jungle Brothers?
Yeah.
So he would play that one song. What's it called?
I have to know what the song.
Educated man from the motherland. You see, they call me a star, but that's not what I am. I'm a jungle brother, a true straight out the jungle. Dun, dun, dun,
I'm glad we can help.
Yeah,
that's what it was, and it was. I remember a time where I haven't heard that song in so long, but like I was in the car, I was in the back seat, and then like I was asleep, and then like, but I heard like the song in my head. And I just like started mouthing the words, educated man from the motherland. See, they call me a star. And I was singing it. It's like my brain like knew what it was. Like my mouth knew what it was, but like subconscious, I'm like, wait, why do I know this song?
Right.
Because it's been drilled in my brain like so much. And I'm like, I impressed myself.
Yo, that's so cool. That's cool though, because it's like knowing songs even from like way back then. It's kind of like you just see how things became other things, like how things were influenced by other, by the older songs from like back in the day and everything. It's kind of like you really realize like what the real music was that to them, which turned into the music that we had that we call real music, and now it just keeps just going on like that.
We always, well, I'm not gonna speak for my entire generation, but like I feel like I know for me, like I appreciated what like my parents' music taste. Like I was never really like, man, what are y'all listening to? Like I've always appreciated. Even I was visiting my relatives in North Carolina, and they're like really really old, and my uncle Frank, he put me on to this artist from like the 30s, and her name is Bessie Smith, right? Bessie.
Nah, from the 30s.
She was like from the 30s, and I wasn't like, oh man, what is this? Like, what he got me listening to? Like, Bessie Smith, and it was just great. Like, it sounded like that old like, ding, 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 but I still like had an appreciation for it, and it didn't stop there. Like, after I left, like I continued to listen to that, and then before I knew it, I see Queen Latifah is starring in a movie. She's portraying like Bessie Smith. So I'm like, wow.
It all comes.
It all comes full circle, and I'm sitting there listening to "Put a Little Sugar in My Bowl." I'm like, Put a little hot dog in my roll. I'm like, what the heck are you talking
Yeah, I
about?
just
Bessie?
said, yeah, that right there.
I was like, Bessie.
Put a little hot dog in my roll.
Yeah, but I think that
like, there was no sex in the 30s.
Right, right. I was like, that's how
No one was born then.
Right.
Born.
I was listening to it like, wow, but I think it's just so important.
Yeah. I'm picturing a girl now hitting you up like, yo, you trying put a little hot dog in my roll?
I'd be like,
I'm like, I'm gonna hang up this phone.
you know what I say? I'm
And when I call you back, you better be talking normal.
right?
Right? Doing that shit.
You got no hot dog?
And yes, I will put a hot dog in
hot
the
dog in your
roll.
roll.
Yeah, like I just think the history is just so important.
It is though. It always is. Like people don't think about it right away, but it really is. Cause like, yo, everybody's parent on earth, yo. You don't have a parent. You know, these days people might not have parents that said this, but everybody from our generation probably had parents that heard a song on the radio, and they was like, "What is this?" And we like, you know, it's whoever. They be like, "Man, this ain't nothing but blank." I be like,
So every Puff song that came on in the 90s with a sample?
yeah, it was nothing but whatever they sampled at the time. So it's just like, or like, but sometimes we wouldn't get it because it's like an artist that we hearing. Like, say if it was like, it was like Ludacris or somebody like they were like Ludacris. Man, this ain't nothing but James Brown. They were like, no, it's not. Like, this had nothing to do with James Brown in this song.
Everything was James Brown.
Everything was James Brown. But
Ashanti, this ain't nothing but James Brown.
they were like, yo, come on, man. Like, they always say this is nothing but something back then.
James Brown? Man, this ain't nothing but James Brown.
I'm like, this is James Brown.
Exactly. James Brown. James Brown.
Oh my
But
God.
they like always
Ashanti.
try to say Ashanti. This ain't nothing but James Brown. But like, it was always like, you know, like that. But I'm sure later on, somebody's going to do something. We're going to be like, somebody, like, Lil Purple back, or whatever his name is. I don't know. This ain't nothing but James. This ain't nothing but Magoo.
First off, what kid is sampling Magoo? Like, how do you just sample Magoo? You sample Magoo with no Timbaland?
Yeah, no Timbaland. It was just Magoo.
What? There's no song. But
Yeah.
Find a song that's Magoo and
Come
no
on, man, you
Timbaland.
remember that, John? You remember that? Yeah. Remember that? Never copped that disc, just the Magoo version? Though?
But that wasn't just Magoo.
Yo, it was
that was
a
Missy. Like,
Nah, that was the remix. It's like, yo, just the Magoo version.
That is
Nah,
something.
but
No.
it's gonna be like that.
shaking
soon.
and whopping.
Right.
Stopping and dropping. Girls, is part of the song. You need to be snaking and wobbling.
Snaking and whopping.
She's like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, we know what to do. Magoo, you're confusing me. I refuse to be confused by Magoo. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not getting confused by him.
We need Magoo on the show
We
ASAP.
need a lot of people on this. We need Magoo. We need Exhibit.
Yeah.
Luda.
Yeah.
Magoo,
Jay.
Exhibit, Luda.
It's the 23-year anniversary of Reasonable Doubt.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's 20. Yeah.
I was having a
23
discussion with someone about Jay-Z because that was their favorite rapper too. And they asked me what was my favorite Jay-Z album. And to be honest, like, I say Reasonable Doubt, but I love so many songs from all of his albums, but I feel like the vibe of Reasonable Doubt is like the one that I vibe to the most. I don't know what it is about it. It's just, I don't know. I guess because it feels like the beginning.
Yeah, there was but he didn't. No other Jay-Z album is like Reasonable Doubt, though.
Yeah,
Like, to me, I don't think there's not one other Jay-Z album that has that same vibe as Reasonable Doubt.
it's
At
kind of
least
like
I don't
a
think so.
old school, like everything kind of had like an old school type feel, like dun 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 dun.
Yeah, it's-
feeling it, and
I love it.
I love feeling it. I love Dead Presidents, like, of course.
You already know.
I already know that's your favorite. What else was on there?
Yo,
Can't Knock the Hustle.
Can't Knock the Hustle when it come on. Brooklyn's Finest. The Evils. 22-2. Come on, yo.
Can I Live?
Can I
Oh
Live?
my God.
The
Soundtrack of my life.
instrumentation was great.
Yeah, like, yo. There was no other album like Reasonable
It's like,
Doubt
oh,
that he
that's
put
how
out.
you coming in the game.
Yeah.
Bet. So I think that's just my favorite. Like,
That's my
vibe.
second.
It's just the vibe. It's just the vibe of it. But I can't pick one. Like, I just can't because I just like all the song, like a lot of the songs from each one, like as a collective. But if I had to choose, it would be Reasonable Doubt solely on the vibe.
Yeah, I think my favorite Jay-Z album and favorite album period is the Black Album. But right after that it'll be Reasonable Doubt if I had to choose whole albums.
Does the Black Album have Lucifer on it?
Yeah.
I can listen to Lucifer on repeat like forever.
Lucifer was crazy.
Yo,
Ross got
I'm about to start rapping. We had a good hour and some change.
Oh, okay.
But,
wow. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Once you start talking about the good old days. But yeah, yo. Hit us up. Just a reminder. OsCourtcast@gmail, OsCourtcast, Instagram and Twitter.
Graham.
You will find us there. Shout out to Jaymar. No. Said he'd be back next week. Going through some things. So everybody, shout out to Jaymar.
Shout out
one
to
time.
Jay Mizzy.
Jaymar.
We miss you. We're waiting for your return.
Miss you, midget, Mizzage.
Shit.
Once Jaymar come back, we'll continue with the questions and the little extra stuff we do. But for the Oscord, I'm Ant.
I'm Jazzy Miotti.
Fool.
Hey yo.
And you are Unplugged. Thank you for listening. See you next time.
Yes, sir.